All right, welcome to Wednesday Night Baseball Banter, presented by guys who Curve Brim
Curve
Media.
Brim Media. Oh,
That's right.
we were all going to say it together. We were going to harmonize.
I know we suck at this already. That's it. Quit the show. Let's get out of here. All right. My name is Ed. Welcome to That Hat Chronicles. With me, I have Anna Di Tomaso of the Baseball Bucket List and Mr. Paul Caputo, who just released this episode today of the Baseball by Design podcast. What's up,
Brand
guys?
new Wednesday release day for the Baseball by Design. I'm going head to head with one Pat Larson and his minor league baseball hat history. And he sent me an obscenity-laced tirade by email.
Sounds just like him.
That does sound like him.
He threatened me a little bit, and he said, "You better not let me catch you in a dark alley."
No,
Like,
okay.
All right, Pat Larson. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Taking some time getting used to the new release schedule, but I dig it. It's
yeah.
I like it though. I like it. It's different because I have something literally every day of the week.
Mhm.
CBM.
Yeah.
CBM has something every day of the week now. So it's so it's all part of our plan to take over the world.
And now I go back to what? Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain.
That's as soon as you take over the world, you say that it's Pinky and the Brain for me.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Virgil, where are you at today? Oh, Mudcats. Wait, hold on a second. You're in my neck of the woods, my friend?
With Donnie.
Wow.
I'd love to go see a Carolina Mudcats game. That was like one of the early, one of the early like great logos in minor league baseball, the Carolina Mudcats.
Yeah.
They used to advertise. They had a print advertisement in the back of like the Baseball Prospectus or Baseball America, whatever the baseball magazine was, like in the 90s. And people would like tear the ad out and write a check and put it in the mail, and they would get Carolina Mudcats caps that way because you couldn't order them online, right? So
Good school.
I love that story.
Yeah.
You gotta roll it over and find out what they have.
Absolutely.
How do these people survive?
This comment from Zach is reminding me of what would be the one status update you would post to let people know you're in trouble. Haven't been to a baseball game in 2 weeks.
Right, for real.
I have to say, Eric Prophet chiming in with a hello.
Hello.
Thank you for the engaging commentary, Eric. I got to see Eric again. I wouldn't say meet because we already met, but we got to spend a little bit more extended time together. Amy and I were in Albuquerque for a couple of ball games this weekend, and Eric and his brother Joe and his son Zach, they were there for a game. We got to hang out, the five of us, for a little while.
That's awesome. Congratulations. And you guys did a ice cream helmet, which, by the way, Eric, I have your ice cream helmet. It's in a box already.
We did an exchange. We traded a couple of helmets. Oh, there you go. Traded a couple of helmets, and it was great. So
15,000 plus there, right? I saw that was.
It was a big crowd. It was a big crowd.
That's insane.
I know. I couldn't believe that. I was like, holy smokes.
You guys beat the Guardians attendance record. Totally kidding. That was only Oakland.
So anyway,
look at Eric editing it while at the same time, listening to our show.
He's got like too much Paul to handle there. So
there it is.
We'll see if he can craft something listen worthy out of my meth-addled tirade that I went on for an hour and a half.
Oh, the Wood Ducks are playing as the Collard Greens, guys.
That's a fun one.
I like it. That's a good one.
Just kidding about the meth, everybody.
He's not.
I live in Colorado and I've never even smoked pot.
I heard it was Breaking Bad night at the Isotopes, though, so it's all
Breaking level. Absolutely, that's right. Maybe that's why I had meth on the brain there. Yeah, we had Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, and then Aaron Paul sang. Bryan Cranston sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and then it was over. Aaron Paul took the microphone and he said, "Yeah, bitches."
Yeah, I love it.
It was kind of great.
Where the heck did I see that they got a statue? The two main characters got a statue of Breaking Bad
in Albuquerque. It's in the convention center, and the convention center was closed when we were there. So we didn't get to see the statue. I did, however. There's like a little museum / gift shop in Old Town Square, like right by the fancy old New Mexico style church that they have there, and all the gift shops and everything. and so they have this this Breaking Bad like gift shop slash like little tiny museum, and they have a spot where you can go behind the counter of Los Pollos Hermanos and
Nice.
pretend like you're working there. So,
You guys know that I still have not watched a single episode of that show?
oh, so you don't even know what we're saying here? We're
Nope.
just we might as well be speaking Spanish.
Might as well. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's on the
¿Dónde está el
list.
baño?
It's on the list of things for me to watch. It's just that we have a long list.
Yeah, that's true.
You're welcome, Eric. I'll send it this week. I'm sorry. I just been busy.
Yeah,
But I have it. I have it.
I'll tell you guys. After apart from an otherwise lovely time in Albuquerque, seeing a couple of Isotopes games, one of my favorite ballparks, AAA, great, ballpark experience. No helmet Sundays. They had helmets. Yeah, in previous years they've had different helmet Sundays there. This time they had no helmet Sundays.
Did you get any merch while you were there? I mean, I know you already have a Isotopes that had, but did you get anything?
I got myself a T-shirt. Amy got a mariachi's cap, a turquoise mariachi's cap. That was pretty sweet. And then I got
one. I have it.
There you go. That's the one. That's the one. And then I got for my nephew, because I got him one of these before when I was there, and he outgrew it. I got him a green chili cheeseburgers T-shirt.
Nice.
So
I
we
saw
were
Pat too in the photo you shared with us. You were already rocking the.
Yeah, we had Pat and Joe and I were all wearing our green chili cheeseburgers hats because it was green chili cheeseburgers night there. And there's nothing more fun than explaining the whole concept of minor league baseball alternate identities to like someone who isn't familiar with minor league baseball.
It's awesome. I love it. So I love it. I love it.
And
the green chili cheeseburger. How was it?
It's a great cheeseburger. It might be one of my favorite ballpark concession items. It's like just messy enough to be really good. Yeah. I'm a fan.
Just like the Juicy Lucy.
I knew it was going there.
You knew that was coming.
You knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Pat, your special gift is in the mail. Just
I'm waiting still for the head that you got me from when you were in the Jersey Shore.
Oh,
still waiting for that head.
Absolutely.
What happened? Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
The second game that we went to. So the first game we went to was a madhouse, right? It was super crowded. We got our tickets too late, and we ended up sitting like way out in the outfield. And sort of in the
berm,
not quite the berm, but some sort of some seats that were set pretty far back, and that's where we were with Prophet Palooza and that gang. And then the second night, we sat first row right behind third base, and that was
nice.
That is a great way to watch a ball game.
Was it acquired by you or by someone for you?
It was acquired by me, even though President of the team, John Traub, did offer tickets. We already had our tickets, and so I did take up for one of our baseball Palooza games. All I was able to do was get berm seats at the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, and their media guy is hooking us up with some great player seats because they were sold out. So we got some good player seats for baseball Palooza.
I like it.
Which is 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a great segue to one of my on my list here.
All right, here we go.
Okay, upcoming games.
It's time for our agenda.
I know, right? We've been talking about this, guy, just so you know. It's like, hey, we really should probably write, what we want to talk about instead of just, flying off the cuff.
I've spent my last 2 days in board meetings, by the way. So what I really want is like an agenda with a timer.
You're welcome.
And let's call a vote. And
I can put a timer if you want me to.
We'll have a period of debate.
There you go. You have 2 minutes. The floor is yours.
Oh no, I yield my time.
All right, but upcoming games. What do you got this weekend? You have anything?
Nothing. This weekend? No. This weekend is my birthday, though, so I will be. I do have huge plans for my actual birthday. I'm going to get a haircut at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Wow!
Yeah.
Whoa! Tap the brakes.
So if you guys don't hear from me,
yeah.
If you don't hear from me, it's because things got wild when I went to get my haircut, and
they messed up my haircut, so I whooped
almost always leads to a bender. So
we are headed Sunday to watch the Rangers take on the Chicago White Sox at Globe Life Field. Nicole got tickets. She won some sort of drawing thing through Academy Sports and Outdoors, which is like a sporting goods store here, and so
they actually have one of those around
level
here.
seats.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of Academy Sports, you know, and never
Yeah.
heard of them in Cleveland. Moved here, I was like, what is this place?
Mhm.
Still haven't been in there. Still haven't.
Well, you're not missing a lot.
My answer to that question is Amy and I are going to go to a Rockies Diamondbacks game in Colorado on Friday the 12th. And then to answer Zach's question here, Baseball Palooza is August 18 to 21. I'll be in.
Nice.
I will be in Louisville, Columbus, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis.
Nice, nice, nice.
Are any of those new, or are they repeats for you?
Fort Wayne and Indianapolis will be new.
Okay.
I have been to Louisville and Columbus. This will be my first time in Louisville since they have the new logo, though.
So let me ask you, are you going to get something from Indy?
I'm not going to get anything that actually says Indians on it. I will have to see if they've got like a thing that has like Indianapolis baseball or something like that.
Do they have a Copa?
Indianapolis, does Indy have a Copa? I don't know. It's a good question. I can't place one right off the top of my head. Let me see.
Well, while you are looking, I on Saturday the family and I, we are going to Danville, Virginia, for a Danville Otterbots game. Yeah,
Your Otterbots.
Yep, and the Danville Otterbots. Obviously, you guys already know I'm an ambassador for the awesome country of Puerto Rico. I will not say state, guys, so don't you worry. So I will be there for that, and then Monday night, I will be down back at Burlington for the championship game.
Very cool.
So I'm excited for that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
so
super
I'm
great.
pretty pumped about this. I'm excited because, you know, get to see more collegiate wood bats, you know, before the last game. So
all right,
they have some cool ones. They have a couple of dad hats with the logo, you know, the Indy logo, but not the eye, you know. So you may have some hats here, man.
Ed, you cost me some money already today by texting a link to the Durham Bull Sharks cap.
I cost myself some money, bro. I got it. But it was a 47. You know how long we've been waiting for a 47 for Durham?
Here's the thing, though. I got it for my brother for his birthday.
Dude,
so both
get it for yourself.
I should have. Both Pat and Zachary are saying to get a Circle City cap, and that's a great idea. I once wrote a little thing for sportslogos.net about the Circle City brand. So, or the Clowns could get a Clowns cap.
Ooh, why don't they have a Circle City, you know, a Copa? That's kind of disappointing.
I don't know. Not every team does. It's only like 90 out of the 120 affiliated teams have Copa. Yeah.
But it's okay. Do on those 90, do you want to also add, you know, the Copa brands for Major League Baseball?
That's true. We could. There's eight additional Copa brands from Major League Baseball.
Exactly. I mean, listen, San Diego's winning right now with those bright colored, you know, unis.
People like those San Diego ones. I like the Serpientes, the Arizona ones.
I'm a fan of the Serpientes. That's a good one. That is a true identity right there. That one I liked a lot. I
still go Sugar Kings.
Oh, I forgot. That's right, Miami.
Yeah, that's such a good one.
That is a good one.
The Boston ones are growing on me, actually.
The Boston ones I never hated. That's a good one.
Especially like, and this is our thing, right? Like once you learn about the sort of story behind it and everything, like the
Boston Marathon and all that.
Yeah. So I like the Boston ones fine. So
I liked it. That was a good one. I don't hate it. Colorado kind of sucks.
Colorado's is terrible.
But it's not the worst one.
It looks better on the field, I have to say.
It does look better, but it's not the first. It's not the worst one. The worst one is the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's just the laziest one.
The Los Doyers.
Yep, because it's just straight lazy. They didn't even change colors. They just put an LOS and then call it a day.
That's funny.
So, okay. So, obviously, you guys already know. Trade deadline came and went. There was a lot of movement in Major League Baseball. I want to get you guys' thought, about the deadline. What you guys thought about it? Because I mean, there was a lot of things that happened in just one day. And I'll say this: mad respect for Eric Hosmer. Mad respect.
I was in a board meeting all day, and I desperately wanted to be on Twitter tracking the what do you call it? All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I do want to come back to Philip's question here because I think we all probably agree on the answer to this question.
Yeah.
But in terms of the trade deadline, Philly's got Noah Syndergaard 5 years ago. That would have had me a little happier than it does right now. I'll tell you the one move the Phillies made that I liked was that they DFA'd Odubel Herrera. So
is this the very last time he's not coming back? He's done.
That's it for Odubel Herrera. Is we got the domestic abuser off the team that I root for. So that's
does it make you feel a little bit better now that
a little bit, right? Like a little bit, it's like, when Brett Myers was on the team, I didn't like rooting for him. And so, Eric says, I hate the Twins. They made stupid trades and it caused Wichita to lose their best hitter and a starting pitcher. All right. This is an interesting point of discussion, right? Because actively rooting for a minor league baseball team to succeed is
dangerous.
It's a dangerous, right? Because any player that does well enough to make you, want to follow him is going to get promoted.
Right. Yeah.
So a minor league baseball team's job is not to win. It's to develop players. And so it's interesting because
wait. We got to specify affiliated
capital minor league baseball.
Yeah.
Affiliated
ball. Their job is not to win or lose. It is to develop their players.
Yeah. Should we answer Philip's question all at the same time? And then
what if it's different? What if it's different though?
It is not. We know it's not.
We'll probably pronounce it differently, but at least I know Ed and I agree that the Frisco Rough Riders Coke brand, the Teddy Roosevelt queso is it
is so ugly.
It's
so bad.
Yeah. So
it had a potential. They let it go though. It was underwhelming, the response. So
see, you also agree with us.
Love the name. Love the name.
No, the name is fine.
Yeah.
Right. The name is fine. Right. Do something different. This is the whole point of doing a Copa, right? Like, you got, Teddy doing its thing. Do something else.
Yeah.
Right. But the Flying Squirrels, they stuck with their squirrel brand, but they did the luchadora mask, and then they, so they stuck with their identity, but they put a little spin on it. So I like that. Eric wants to know, what is the point of the playoffs? Well, what's the point of anything in our capitalist society, Eric?
True story.
True
money. Story. So Philly got some trades done. Did the Rays get anything done?
We got Mr. Peralta from the D-backs there. So yeah, I feel good about that. We lost Brett Phillips, got DFA'd because we've been struggling in center field. Kiermaier's out for the rest of the year. So
and the Orioles just became America's favorite team as soon as he got picked up.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, obviously not producing this year, but man, what a positive force for baseball. So tough to watch him go. That's for sure.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is a business. It's not a feel good. It is a business.
Right. Yeah.
My Guardians did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted a bat. The whole day I was like, listen, just get a middle of the line bat. Like get a bat, right? Like, even if you get like a Josh Bell or someone because Fremel Reyes, obviously he was sent down to AAA because he's been sucking, right? But nothing. They didn't do anything. And then, you saw Minnesota do at least Minnesota tried doing something in the Central, right? White Sox, and I was talking to Kelly, who's a huge White Sox fan. He goes like, they did nothing either, right? So it's pretty much they just waving the white flag. Here we go, get rid. The
Detroit. Guardians. The move I was hoping the Guardians would make is a trade with Akron for a better logo.
That's not happening. You got the Dolans. The Dolans hate everybody. The Dolans are the most hated family right now.
Yeah,
in New York and Cleveland.
Yeah.
So
did we? So one of the trade deadline storylines that I was most interested in, that I was kind of following, was Joey Gallo, right? Because I mean, what a weird story, right? To go from a franchise face of the franchise level player here in Texas, ends up in his dream pinstripes, and then just absolutely falls flat on his face. does a pretty decent job of like explaining that in an article I saw earlier this week, but then like yesterday it just all went out the window, it seemed like. So thoughts on that? Like players that perform well in middle of the road, bottom third teams, and then they get to the big stage, it just kind of fall apart.
I think there's something to be said about playing in big markets, right? Not everybody can succeed in a big market, like a lot of other players, right? It's just, and I think that, even with Joey Gallo going to the Dodgers, that's kind of crazy, right? With that trade. I don't know if that, but I think he did need a change of scenery. That I think we can all agree that New York is just one of those places where if you're doing good, they love you. If you're struggling, you're dead to them.
Yeah, definitely. Seems to be.
So that's my thought on that.
I'm being quiet here. This is like Major League Baseball player analysis. Like this is so like far outside my scope here. It's like, let me talk about fonts.
Listen, you got the TV behind me usually has sports. My computer has sports. Like this is what I do. Like I force feed myself sports 24/7, guys.
Yeah, I didn't particularly pay attention to the like the actual trade moves, but I'm so interested in players' reactions and fans' reactions to the moves too. Like I think that's part of the interesting components of it.
Anna's she's like on the prowl for like, can I find someone who's gonna cry?
That's right.
Get him on the podcast.
Show.
That's a I'll cry. I've been crying, guys. So okay. So far, hilarious about Merrifield. He just got going to be Kyrie. You know what? That whole Merrifield thing, Eric, is hilarious. We were talking about this, that Whit Merrifield could not go a couple of weeks ago up to Toronto because he was not vaccinated, right? With the Royals. He just got traded to Toronto.
Oh boy.
Like he said he wanted to go to Contender. Okay, one, but you got to get vaccinated now. So I don't know, that whole situation is weird. Wherever you stand on the whole vaccination thing, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that he just said that he doesn't want to get vaccinated. Now you have to.
I think Toronto is going to be fascinating in the playoffs, right? Like the storylines about the teams that end up playing Toronto in the playoffs are just going to be great. Like people are going to lose their minds.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Now, I am vaxxed and boosted, and I'm going to go to a game in Vancouver in September.
Ooh.
Nice.
That is, Anna,
Can
this
I
is
go?
one. Yeah, man, come on out. This is one for the bucket list, Anna. I've been
Vancouver Canadians. I've never had a game in Canada.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I've been to an Expos game. I went and saw the Expos in 2001.
The Puerto Rico Expos?
The Puerto Rico, the San Juan Expos. And I did see in Quebec, there's an independent team that's still there, actually. This was also in 2001, the Quebec Capitale. So I've seen them, and I've seen the Canadians. And,
been trying to get a hat from them, but man, it's been hard.
It's not easy. Yeah. And I remember we were there. We had Virginia license plates, and I remember these old French ladies were walking by, and they saw that we had Virginia plates, and they were like, Virginie. I was like, so anyway, yeah. So yeah, we're doing Everett, Vancouver, and Seattle in 3 days.
So then will you do Toronto as well? Will you see Rogers Center?
It's just a quick like 2,000-mile jaunt, right?
Yeah, like I mean, they're on
Canada's small, right? Like,
Canada's super small.
That geography, guys. Not so great. Not so great.
Awesome.
By the way, those are all on my list.
Yeah, I mean, anything in Canada, the scenery, it's
Everett,
phenomenal.
Seattle,
yeah,
Vancouver.
Seattle's a great ballpark. Vancouver, I've never been to. I have been to Everett.
Funko Pop Stadium.
Funko Pop Stadium.
Oh, that's awesome, Philip. That's what I want to do.
That's totally fun.
Yeah.
Everett is one of those ballparks that suffers a little bit from the stadium itself. The ballpark itself does not quite live up to the awesome identity that they have. And so like you're a little bit, it's I mean, it's a single A ballpark, right? Like it's you can tell it used to be low A. And I think that's true of a lot of...
Right. Like, this is a single A ball. This is rookie level ball.
Right. Patrick is right. I've been to Seattle a few times. One time I was there for work and I went 3 nights in a row because I was traveling by myself. So I went to 3 ball games in a row. And I got one of the big sodas that you were only supposed to be able to refill one time, and I brought it back for all 3 games, and I got like 6 refills over like 3 nights with the same cup.
That just saved you like $60.
I know, right?
Exactly. You saved yourself a crap ton of money.
Yeah, and I got my picture taken with one of the worst mascots in the majors, the Goofy Moose up there in Seattle.
I love Mariner Moose.
Wow, tell me how you really feel about the mascot.
Man,
sorry.
Brutal.
I know, right? I'm sorry.
Right.
But that's a good segue into my question of the week. If we're done talking trade deadlines,
we talking about trade deadline, but we'll come back to a couple of major league things. But it is on the concessions here, so go for it.
David Robertson got his first save as a Philly today, by the way.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah,
go for it.
So last weekend, took my mom out to Amarillo. Right. We get to our hotel room and we're on like the 2nd floor. So I immediately run to the window to see what the view is. And it's nothing. It's an empty lot next door full of holes. And I'm like, well, this kind of sucks. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see things start to move and I start to pay attention. And of course, we are overlooking a prairie dog town. And so literally get to Amarillo, drop our bags off at the hotel, look out the window, and there are the sod poodles. And,
nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I get it. I kind of like this more now. So then we got to the ballpark and I got to meet Ruckus, who I think is quite possibly one of the best mascots of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, dressed up as a cowboy. I mean, how could you not like it?
He's got the boots, he's got the Texas belt buckle, he's got the cowboy hat, it's he's got his crazy antics. And so I posted on Twitter, I was like, is Ruckus the best mascot of all time? And then of course everybody had their thoughts and opinions to tie back to that.
What? On Twitter? Have their opinion?
Weird, right? Yeah. So I want to know, like, what you guys give me top 1 or 2 mascots, and then everybody who's watching too. I want to know, like, if we were going to build Mount Rushmore of minor league, major league mascots, who we got?
Well, so Philip is throwing out Blooper. And as much disdain as I have for the Atlanta franchise in general, I gotta admit, Blooper's not a bad mascot.
I'm surprised you didn't go for a Fanatic.
Well, I like Fanatic, yeah.
I'm a Phillies fan, and so obviously, I believe the science that the Philly Fanatic is, objectively speaking, without question, the top, and everyone else is competing for a distant second. So
wow.
As with that as caveat to the rest of this conversation, objective settled law that the Philly Fanatic is the best mascot in all of sports. I think Anna's question of who's the second best mascot's a viable one. I think it's worth talking about.
Okay. Oh God, you guys remember it was back in the 70s for the Padres.
The Friar or the chicken?
Friar?
Yeah.
The Swinging Friar?
No, not the Swinging Friar.
You know that the San Diego Chicken has never actually been called the San Diego Chicken?
That's the one.
Oh, the chicken?
Yes.
My daughter performed with the San Diego Chicken on the field in Colorado Springs. She got to be baby chicken number 1.
So haunting and yet so cool.
But it's the famous chicken. It's not the San Diego Chicken.
It's the famous chicken.
Yeah, the famous chicken. And the Padres never actually owned the rights to him.
Interesting. So that's why he can go everywhere.
That's why he goes everywhere now. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not Youppi. Youppi is the only. Is there another mascot that crosses sports? Because Youppi was
Youppi? What is Youppi?
Youppi was the Expos and the Montreal Canadiens mascot.
Okay, I can see that. See that.
Yeah, Youppi was pretty great.
I would, I'm looking at a list of mascots right now. Of course, you got Mr. Matt and Mrs. Matt.
Overrated.
Yeah, I'm over it. Meh, meh. Rally monkey. Okay.
Rally monkey.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. Swinging Friar,
Mm-hmm.
Freebird, Orbit, Mariner Moose.
Orbit's a good one.
Orbit's
Yeah.
not bad. I like Orbit.
Orbit's a good one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. Mr. Redlegs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dandy. Yep, there it is. UP. Pause. The Oriole Bird. Yeah, but that really the Oriole Bird. Really, we couldn't get bring something else. TC Bear.
Yeah, that's a good one.
TC Bear.
Yeah.
As seen on the St. Paul Saints TC Bear and Mud Anna logo.
Anna is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Let's not
Good.
forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pirate Parrot.
Seems to me that much like everything else, the minor league is leading the way with best mascots.
I'm thinking the Kannapolis give me the Cannonballer guy over Mr. Met or Mr. Redlegs any day.
100%. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Absolutely.
And then when your guest on your podcast, Paul, when he broke down whether or not he would be able to be a good cannonballer, I mean, that's some next level stuff right there when you're breaking it down.
He said the Cannonballers mascot had a head that was too big to be
It would get stuck.
I was like, how is that even possible? He's already flying in the logo.
David the Bullet Smith. I got to admit, that was one of my favorite interviews ever was David the Bullet Smith.
That was a good one.
When he broke down when I asked him to break down tell me about the actual from beginning to end, being launched in the air, what you're thinking about, the adjustments that you're making, and then the descent and the landing. I swear to God, I held my breath for 3 minutes while he was telling that story. I was just what's going to happen?
So I didn't tell you this, but I literally had to walk when I was running just so I can pay attention to exactly what he was saying. It was crazy.
That's funny. Well, I appreciate that. That was definitely one of my favorite interviews.
That was great. I liked when he was like, by then you know whether or not you're going to hit the net or not.
Right.
And I'm like,
wait, what do you mean? You know by then.
What?
He's like, you only screw that up so many times, right?
Right.
What do you mean? Where do you land? Where are you going?
Yeah, right.
Bernie Brewer sliding into the beer mug. That's a good one. Down the slide and all. Yes.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
That's a
I
cool
don't
one.
know who Mama Peno is.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, obviously, but I don't know what Mama Peno looks like either. I'll have to look that up.
No, I'm Googling this. Mama Peno.
I did not go see Potter County Memorial Stadium. I only saw Hodgetown. I was only there for a quick, less than 24-hour stint. So I did drive past the big Texan.
What is going on? What is that thing?
What are we looking at? Are you looking at Mama Peno?
Yeah.
I got
to Google too.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah. It's like nightmare fuel.
Bro, what is that thing?
She a pepper?
Yeah, what is
with a flying chancla too? I mean, that lady,
Mama Peno.
I get it.
Yeah.
Throwing the chanclas though. I mean, come on now. Still trying to get a dad hat from the flying chanclas. If you guys know where I can find a dad hat, a flying chanclas dad hat, let me know. I need this one.
What does Peno mean? The Google Translate is telling me that Peno means foam.
No, Mama. Well, I think they're doing the whole play on Anna said, jalapeno. Mama Peno.
I get it. Okay. All right.
Yep. So
it's queso fresco.
Don't. No. We're not going there.
I don't know if this is inside information or just a.
Yeah, I was just literally reading that Jalapenos mom haunting.
Jalapeno. Look at Patrick busting out the Enye here.
There you go.
That's
Make
good.
it official.
Patrick Larson making us all look bad. That guy.
This is amazing.
So Anna, you were talking about, you also were, I thought you were, this is where you were going to go with, but like concession pricing. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, everybody saw on Twitter that graphic that was making the rounds about how expensive it's becoming to like take a family of 4 out to a ball game. They said it's now over $200, which is a little on the light side, I would guess, you know.
I think it should be more. It's more.
Yeah. And I just was so, because this is my mom, admittedly, you know, I've failed as a daughter because she had never been to a minor league ball game before last weekend.
What?
Yeah. And so she let me pick up the dinner tab at the ballpark thinking that she was doing me a favor. And
She did not do you a favor.
not, no. And I could not believe the prices of the stuff in Amarillo, in particular, like compared to some of the other parks I've been to, because it's AA, you know? And I was talking to her about it and she said, well, it's not any worse than the Rangers. And I thought, shouldn't it be better? Like, wouldn't you generally think that you would spend less money at a minor league game than a major league game?
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm curious to know like what y'all's experience has been, everybody's experience as to, you know, do you think, is it more expensive? Is it worth it? Like, what are the thoughts around that?
Yeah. I can't remember the specific prices, but we got 2 chili cheeseburgers, 2 souvenir sodas, and a thing of fries, and it was like $48 at the Isotopes game. So, you know, more than we would have paid at Los Pollos Hermanos for the same meal, I'm sure. But you know, you're
Bok.
yeah, Amarillo was high. Yeah, I wonder, and I'd be curious to know whether prices have gone up. You know, in light of the Vogon Destructor fleet moving through minor league baseball and the reorg. So
I have a theory.
Okay.
And this theory it goes back to what I was, the conversation that I had with Tara Tallman. By the way, you guys should listen to that episode. I just released that one this week. Where games are getting shorter.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that minor league baseball had to adjust somewhere to make up for the loss in revenue.
Yeah.
Right. Because, you know, the longer you go, right, you buy more beers and everything. Okay. So now we can make more money that way.
Yeah.
You know, more, you know, the longer you stay at the ballpark, you're going to go buy something. I start with, you know, a couple of things. And then by the end of the night, I'm eating an ice cream or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Shorter, 2 hours on average, sometimes, you know, to be at a ballpark. So what do? Like, you got to make up that amount of money somewhere. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concessions, merchandise has gone up too.
Hats in Amarillo, $25. Ice cream helmet of Dippin' Dots in Amarillo, $10.
Oh,
yeah, that's crazy.
I was like,
hell no.
Yeah. I was like, I could buy us each some ice cream, or I could buy myself a hat, and we know what happened. So,
well, even
you bought both.
We got a hat and 2 T-shirts in Albuquerque, and it was like $96 for those, right? Like,
yeah.
So,
my theory is that the game is pivoting towards more of like the casual fan, right? So they're going after people who don't have a 20 game package, right? Like Dave's right. If you eat every time you go to a ballpark, if you go to 20 games a year, you're going to be in the poorhouse. But like, are families starting to treat ball games like the state fair, where they know that they're going to pay $18 for fried Oreos, but they only got to do it once a year? And that's who they're targeting. And they're forgetting about, you know, the people who are there day in and day out.
Yeah, I mean everything is going up, to be honest with you. So I mean, that's the hard part, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I can see that, absolutely. Right? Or it's just like, we know that that we had to entertain everybody, so, but at the same time, we need to make up, you know, that revenue somewhere.
Now, the interesting thing to me is the teams, and I'd be curious to see from the commenters. I haven't tried this in a while, so I don't remember specifically where you can do this and where you can't. But there's a lot of ballparks where you can bring in your own food. The Rockies are that way. The Rockies, you could bring in a freaking picnic basket, right? Like, so long as you don't have open containers of liquid,
you bring your own weed too.
You can bring everything in. And they have Ed, They have
Wow.
they have like vendors outside, street
Mhm.
vendors, selling these awesome burritos for like three. It used to be $2 a piece. Now they're like $3-4 a piece. These awesome like green chili potato burritos. They've got pork. They've got steak,
That sounds
and
delicious.
you can buy buy 5 of them for $20,
Yeah.
and
You feed the whole family.
you come in with those, right? Like, I mean, it's awesome.
Buy a drink inside and be done
Yeah.
with it.
So the Rockies let you bring food in, which I think is
Most major league teams do.
Yeah, I was
Most
just
They
gonna
do.
say, I think the Guardians also let you do
Yeah.
bring some stuff.
I saw a guy walk into the All-Star game at Dodger Stadium with 2 Domino's pizza boxes. Like,
Nice.
boxes of pizza, and I was like, "Man, this guy is playing chess, and I'm
That's-
just over here."
Yeah.
with the
There
Dave,
was
that's
gorilla."
why I wear cargo shorts.
There was an episode of Judge John Hodgman where a guy was embarrassed because his friend would bring like a thermos full of hot dogs into Dodger Stadium. He'd have like a bag of rolls, and they would bring a thermos with hot dogs in.
Dude, that is so smart and so legit.
It is, right? It's totally good. It's a crack up though.
Tickets. You know what? I want to hear from Philip, because I know Philip goes to a lot of games, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
The
And-
on
And
average,
he's a foodie. Like, we know this about Philip.
right? Exactly. He will get the food, and I want to know exactly on average how much. Don't tell me everything, but like on average, what's the cost of going to a minor league game? Is there a difference between single A and triple A, right? Like, I mean, there has to be, right?
Yeah, I would think so too, but I mean, like, again, I was shocked at the pricing in Double-A Amarillo compared to Frisco, which is in the same league, compared to some of the Triple-A parks I've been to have even been cheaper. So I don't know if it has to do with the part of the country, the part of the state, whatever it may be.
Someone came to visit, guys.
And brownies. It is Colorado.
That's what I'm saying. Brownies, you're allowed to bring them.
Again, I'll get back to my comment I made earlier. A 20-year resident of Colorado. I've never tried pot. Yeah, I know. Huh? Goody two shoes.
Yeah, obviously.
Wow.
I know, right?
What a dope. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. That's good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for
I
you.
don't know. I don't trust myself with it. As you can tell with my ice cream, I've got sort of an addictive personality. So I think if I started on, anything stronger than vanilla fudge swirl, that you might lose me.
All of a sudden, you see Paul in his ice cream helmet, just running down the street, in his birthday suit.
The high A dragons are more expensive than the Yalls.
Mm-hmm.
The dragons do they still have their sellout streak going?
That's interesting. Because that's two different ones. That's indie ball, right? Professional indie ball. The Yalls.
Yeah.
Compared to the Dragons.
Yeah.
That's affiliated ball.
Same with Cleburne and Frisco. Same.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Specialty items like the Quake Tots and Raja Cucamonga cost way more than the $2 hot dog. Well, they better.
Doran Bulls. Well, so this is the question.
Mhm.
All right. The Dragons had a sellout streak that's been like 25 years going strong, right? Like, it's crazy.
I like it.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like the fact that like they were trying to go with something like a something flying related, and then when they went with dragons, so that's pretty cool. Learned that on your podcast.
Did you know? How about that?
Sure did. Sure did.
The whole city has to do with aviation, and so they have a flying thing. That's how much fun do we have learning from each other on these podcasts?
I tell you, I learned all these good stuff.
You make me sound so smart. Like later on, I'm just like, oh, let me tell you about this little tidbit I learned about.
Did you know
how you shoot yourself out of a cannon?
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna if you shoot yourself out of a cannon, you have that one moment to decide.
If you're ever in this situation, this is what you need to do. Okay. You got to get loose first of all.
Okay. So we have Philip making a claim over here about the most expensive MLB food. I don't know if this is how accurate this is, but I found an infographic with the most expensive Major League.
Yankees.
No, it's not Yankees. I don't believe it is.
It
Interesting.
is. Yeah. Does anyone else want to make a guess?
So it's not, if it's not Yankees, God, it better not be the Marlins, because my God.
It's not the Marlins. Michael. Everyone's so nice. This
Seattle.
little minor league baseball. It is the New York Mets.
Ooh, the Metropolitans.
Yeah. So
Where do the Guardians fall into this?
I don't see them in the top 10.
I guarantee you, if they raise concessions so they can change their name to Spiders, people will pay for it.
That's funny.
We'll pay for the designer. Get Brandios in here, guys. Ryan Foos, I know. Let's go.
Get him in there. So I guess that sort of makes sense that it's
the Copa, Godfather.
All right, Phillips. I've never been to a Mets game, a Mets home game.
Really?
I've been to the Yankees, but not the Mets. Yeah.
You're so close.
The
Zach,
problem is it's filled with Mets fans.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I just said you're close. Again, putting my geography skills on the spot.
Well,
What I
Philadelphia.
meant was I thought Philly. I thought just hop on that
Yeah. I could have gotten there if I had put my mind to it when I was in Philadelphia. I could have gotten to a Mets game.
Take the train.
Colorado, less close. But,
Just take some brownies with you. It'll be fine.
That'll be hilarious.
The Dodgers have an all-you-can-eat pavilion out in the outfield. The bleacher seats have an all-you-can-eat section, which is great.
Most ballparks do now, don't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, well, I shouldn't say most. Does Boston have one? I mean, I don't know, because that ballpark is so old. There's it'll be kind of hard to have somewhere that you can have an all-you-can-eat place.
I haven't been to Fenway in a long, long time. So.
Yes, Gypsy. If you're going to be here, we're going to have to chill, okay? She's trying to get comfortable.
I see.
I agree with Mike here.
All right. I haven't been to either one.
Neither.
Anna, you got all 30, right?
Yeah, I've done all 30.
It's awesome.
What's your favorite?
Now you're not supposed to ask that. Come on. It's a hack question.
Of course it is. It's such a hack question. It's a scapegoat question. Let's go.
PNC.
PNC is such a great ballpark.
I don't understand why more parks don't angle the seats towards the field, right? That seems like such a once one did it. Why do I go to Texas and I'm still looking straight ahead at nothing?
Right.
You know?
They were like that in Albuquerque, actually.
Were they?
They have them angled in Albuquerque, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It is a little bit awkward if you're sitting next to someone and you're trying to talk to them, or it's a little weird because it's the seats themselves are, the person you're with has their back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. So that's a little bit, I don't know. It's but if you're the one sitting, towards, closer to home plate, you're more likely to get your back scratched.
I mean, hey.
PNC is great. Something about the K.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
PNC, I mean, telling you, that's just such a great one. It really is such a good one.
I've never been.
You gotta go. It's the best.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get there. I have. I've been to, I think, 20 or 21 of the current Major League ballparks.
Yeah, you're close.
You guys got me beat by a lot.
The one that I don't know, maybe it was just the experience I had that day or whatever, but San Francisco was just an incredible ballpark.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I mean, it's hard to beat anything with water, though. I feel like that's a dead giveaway as one of the best.
Yeah,
that's a cool feature. That's a cool feature to have for
the rocking chairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're assigned seats too. They're legit.
I love
seats.
that.
Yeah,
I love that. The question I can't answer is when people ask me what my favorite minor league baseball park is. I just can't do it. Right? There's too many that I like for different reasons.
I was just gonna say, it's like there's a lot of places they have cool features about them that
Yeah.
you just can't really pick one,
Right.
because every ballpark so far that I've been to, minor league ballpark, has been pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had some that are, sort of like more like glorified city parks, right? Like especially at the lower levels. The
Lake County Captains.
Grand well, I see you badmouthed the captains enough to me that like by the time I actually got there, I was actually okay with the ballpark. I was just like, oh, this is not nearly as bad as Ed said it was
It's
gonna be.
bad. It's bad. It is bad. It's a bad ballpark. There's nothing special about it. That's what bothers me about
See,
it.
but nothing special about it to me is different from bad because like a bad ballpark is like the ones that are like, the chain link fences and I don't know. It's to me, it was just like it had everything I needed it to have, right? Like the seats were comfortable and you could get. I mean, it didn't have helmet Sundays, but
You couldn't get an interview.
well, you could not get an interview. I got just dismissed. I actually set up the interview. Dude came down to the concourse. I was going to do it live with my my little handheld microphone, and he was
We
just
do it
like,
live.
"Hey, we're doing it live." And he's like, I don't really have anything to say. I'm like, you can't make up like 10 minutes worth just of schlock just to like have your team featured on a podcast. And he's just
Yeah,
like, no.
they cannot.
Um,
Thank you, Dave.
this is,
Thank you.
this is by far the worst. Yeah. All right.
Akron
Yeah,
Rubber
Mike
Ducks,
says what
much better ballpark. Canal Park.
I don't argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. But like, I don't know. To me, it wasn't. It was more sort of rather than actively bad.
I'm
Like
not gonna. I know Virgin Island. They're there. Mudcats. Eh. Sorry,
um,
guys.
There you go, Ed. You tried this spaghetti and meatball pizza at Cleveland?
No,
No.
I have not. Mm-mm.
Cleveland top 3 MLB ballparks for food from the man himself who knows all there
I'll
is
say
to know.
this. I'll say this about the Cleveland, the we call it the Jake, but Progressive Field. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, when I was there, they renovated a whole section of the ballpark all the way in the back, and then they brought in restaurants, local restaurants from all over town.
That's cool.
I'm telling you, that was good. Yeah, that was that. They have a brewery there called Fatheads. One of their beer, Bumbleberry, it has blueberries in it. Oh, so good. Actual blueberries inside the beer. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll agree. Yeah, food wise, yeah, they have really good food. Really good food.
I'll tell you, my favorite thing in Cleveland was getting to go down in the old bullpen and watch a game from the
That's
warning
cool.
track. Basically,
That's a cool feature.
That's
yeah,
a very cool feature, and it didn't cost anything extra. You just had to go sign up for it.
yeah. You have to, and then stand in line, a little bit, and then all right, you got to get out, go.
Yeah,
Somebody
but
else
that
come
was
up.
all right. Yeah. So this is good. Slider dog.
Yep. Cleveland has been. I complain a lot about Cleveland, but it's their name and the logo. But as far as the ballpark, it's actually not that
It is
bad of a
nice.
ballpark. It is a
What
nice
are-
ballpark.
What are some favorite concession items you've had at minor league baseball parks? I just said that the Isotopes green chili cheeseburger is one of my favorite things I've had. I got to say the ice cream in Akron, and I said this on today's podcast. The ice cream in Akron is some of the best ice cream I've had at any minor league ballpark.
Ice
The
cream is good.
hard scoop, even though they only give it to you in a Cleveland helmet.
Cop
you know,
out.
Yeah,
That's
but,
a cop out.
yeah, notwithstanding the 21 scoop screamer, the Caputo.
The screamer. I just checked. I was trying to. Was it? I think the other day I was looking at their website, see if they brought anything new. The screamer, the Caputo hat, sold out.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone because of you.
Both colors. Both colors.
The
The
red
blue
and the
and
blue.
the red. Yeah. Yep.
I want to know from Mike what the North Alabama Slamma is.
That sounds like something delicious. I bet you it's a burger.
I'm still going to say my favorite ballpark fare, and it's not food, is still the frozen Jack and Coke at Cleburne. Like you can't beat that.
Yeah.
It's just,
On a hot summer day.
it's just a Slurpee with Jack in it. It's amazing. It's great. The best thing
Slurpee.
ever.
See, I would put, rum instead, but I'm with you.
They do margs too, but I'm not Frozen Jack and Coke. That's where it's at.
Sounds
Might
pretty
go
great.
back to that.
Tequila, it's dangerous.
I may
Mhm,
go
mhm.
make myself a Jack and Coke after this. I don't have anywhere to be. I'm exhausted from 2 days of board meetings. So
You wearing a tie?
I had to wear a tie for 2 days. Can you believe that nonsense?
What?
And no hat. It's weird.
No hat and a tie. I was wearing the entire time. They didn't know it. Underneath my shirt and tie,
Whoop, whoop.
my Dad Hat Chronicles t-shirt here in honor of Ed's appearance on today's podcast episode.
I'm actually working on a new one. I showed you guys. I'm working on a new design for t-shirts, so it
Yep.
should be coming out soon.
Saw
Pretty,
that. I saw that.
Well, the team branded beers those are cool too. Those are neat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cubs used to Arnold Palmer. Oh, frozen Arnold Palmers. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're down to our last 4 minutes, guys. Here, it's we got to go round the horn to coin a baseball phrase, and talk about who do we have coming up. Anna, who are we going to hear from tomorrow on your podcast?
We have on the show tomorrow Patrick Larson's sister-in-law.
What?
Pat Larson's sister-in-law.
Yeah. Jen, she's a Braves fan, so trigger warning for Paul. But
okay, thank you for that. Yeah,
he's not going to listen to the podcast now.
She's delightful. You'll enjoy it. You will.
Okay, all right. She doesn't do any caricaturish imitations of Native American people.
Okay.
No.
All right, good. Okay.
I got
Pat Larson's sister-in-law.
I like it. I got Jared Orton of the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, that's a
Very
good one.
cool.
Yeah, and then after that, I have Logan, who is the creator of Old Fort. Indiana. Yep. So yeah, I got both of those guys. So that's gonna be a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Pat Larson, I have to. Pat, I was just saying I was in board meetings all day. I kept seeing your Ogden Raptors video in my mentions. I've got to go back and watch it so that I can retweet it with from a position of knowledge, not just retweeting it to just retweet it. So
I do the same.
I'm gonna go back and watch it. But the Ogden Raptors, what a fun logo, right? Like who doesn't love a Raptor, right?
Yeah.
So
I wish they just had dead hats. That's all. I just wish they had dead hats. They don't have anything yet. Although 47 brand on their website, they have their old logo, dead hat available.
Cool.
So. I learned that Ogden is not just a place to mail tax returns. They also have baseball.
And they've got a museum with a statue of a velociraptor outside it. And that's how come they're
cool.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And they're not that far from Salt Lake City. So if you can catch them both in town on the same day, maybe you could even do a doubleheader there, huh?
And
hey.
Oh, yeah.
CBN meetup.
Yeah.
Put it on the
Put it in the list. Put it in some notes. For me, it's Curved Rim Media Month has kicked off. I'm featuring 5 straight episodes with the 5 other content creators from Curved Rim Media, starting today with Ed and the Akron Rubber Ducks. Next week is the Durham Bulls, featuring our very own Anna DiTomaso, and also a quick interview with my brother who went to school at Duke. And then following that will be the Corpus Christi Hooks.
Nice.
And an appearance by James Christopher from Let's Get To. And then after that, the guess what team? The Gwinnett Stripers. I have Pat Larson singing the national anthem on my podcast on week 4 of Curved Rim Media Month. And then the Bowie Bay Sox.
Bowie.
To close out to close out Curved Rim Media Month, the Bowie Bay Sox with Patrick Newt of baseballmapper.com. So that's going to be August for me, is featuring my fellow content creators from this wonderful collective of talented geniuses, Curved Rim Media.
And I gotta plug in Jim here on this one. If you guys watched last week's his intro, right, his cold open about going into detail of what it took to create an episode for his show, it is mind-boggling. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. Let me tell you, you will not be disappointed. It's a lot of work. It gave me a headache.
It was fun getting to be at a Vibes game where I got this hat with Jim and to see all the work that he puts into his episodes. He works hard on that show.
He does.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Also, before we go, I gotta give shout out, Greg. A couple of guys are going to be at the Danville because it is Ambassador Night for the Otterbots Saturday night. So if you guys want to go, I'll be there.
It was good. It was good of the Danville Otterbots to schedule Ambassador Night on my birthday. I'm sorry I can't be there for it.
How nice of them, wasn't it? That was so nice.
With that haircut, yeah. It's
yeah. Oh, just you wait until I get my haircut on my birthday. It's gonna be a wild ride.
Slow down. Then after that, maybe a nap.
Maybe a nap, and then some Dr. Pepper.
Put it in the freezer. Then you have a Dr. Pepper slushie
with some rum.
There it is.
There you go. Full circle. I like
I'm going to be asleep by 7:30.
7:30 in the morning.
Right, exactly.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. We will see you guys again next week. Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everybody.